AHIMA public policy statement on telehealth, and they came out essentially 7 things in here around telehealth: promote patient and provider choice, ensure parity between telehealth services and in-person services, invest in telehealth infrastructure, prioritize privacy and security, facilitate the delivery of healthcare services across state lines, address disparities in the use and willingness to use telehealth and remote patient monitoring technologies, and promote program integrity. And if you want to see this, it's out in the Journal of AHIMA, and I'm sure you can find it in other places. The title of this is AHIMA Public Policy Statement on Telehealth. All right, so what aspect of that would you like to talk about?
So it wasn't TLDR. Okay, excellent summary of key points in the world of telehealth. The ones I would emphasize that I was really happy to see there is invest in the telehealth infrastructure. Absolutely. Organizations were pretty ready a year ago, and then adoption took off, but there's a need to continue to invest in the infrastructure at scale. The point about state lines, facilitate the delivery of healthcare services across state lines. I mean, that's been one of the obstacles relative to telehealth.
Yep.
And, my husband had an example of this. He had an incident in September. He was hospitalized. He had all sorts of procedures and specialists then that he had to talk to after that. He did some of it in person for procedures. Some of it was telehealth. One of the subspecialists that he had to talk to for telehealth, turns out state lines couldn't. We live in Rhode Island. We get our care through Mass General Brigham still in the Boston area.
Yeah.
And that subspecialist was not approved for telehealth. To talk to him in Rhode Island, he had to go in, which made no sense to me. There's many places in this country where state lines, they're a blur, right? The big box stores for us to go to if we have to go shopping are just over the state line. They're 5 minutes away, right? So you got to address the state lines. And then disparities, absolutely addressing disparities in the use and willingness to use telehealth and remote patient monitoring technologies. I mean, if we have many takeaways from the last year. One of them is health disparities, and I am happy to see organizations fully aware and trying to address that in their ways.